Alright, you're rolling.
Okay, this is a video on how to remove a vend motor from a 650. This is a double column front to back, some people call it. We're going to demonstrate how to take the rotors out and the vend motors out. First of all, you want to loosen this screw right here, turn down the rod retainer. This is the rod right here that you have to pull out. You have a front rotor, a back rotor, a front motor, and a rear motor. What I'll do, when you have to replace one of these motors, it's best to remove the drinks out of the front column and the back column also, no matter what motor you're replacing. If you're replacing just the back motor, you can pull the rod out right here just enough so the back falls out. I've unplugged this already. There's one wire tie you have to cut, and then give you access to the rotor and the vend motor. Now this is the back side, or the back column assembly right here. The rod is still in here. If I want to take the front out, I can remove it all the way out and remove the front in the same way. You can see a key right here where the vend motor goes down in. Lift the back up and let the front come back. This is still plugged in right here. This is your vend motor. The motor comes apart from the rotor. It simply pulls out. Here's your vend motor assembly right here.
Show them that thing on the end.
This part right here, this is what's different from the back rotor to the front rotor. The front rotor does not have that piece. Here's the two right here. It shows you the difference. This is the front one. This is the rear one. Okay. Actually, the rotors are the same. It's just this piece that's inserted into the rotor that's different. So if you have to have one or the other, you can make it work. Both the motors are the same. On the earlier versions, we had a different motor for the back and one for the front, but now they're the same. And it fits into this triangular recess right here. It doesn't matter which way it goes or how you install it from here. It always goes back to the home position when you install it.
Pull that back apart. I don't think I got a good shot of it. There you go.
There's your triangle here. It is there. It doesn't matter which way. You can twist it or whatever you want. There's no keyed position for it. Okay. Alright, to reinstall these back, you want to pick up, this keyed part right here has to go into this hole. So you want to get this assembly up in there. This front motor end, what you want to do is little post right here has to be inserted into this hole right here. So what you want to do is put the back, raise it up, pick the motor up, make sure this is inserted into the hole there, lower the back down. Now you should be, your rod goes right here, you should be lined up, and push the rod through. Find the back hole so it can go into it. Okay. Okay, you push the pin from the front, and if you look right down through here, you can see the back hole in the middle wall right there. You kind of line it up with that hole and let your rod go through. Now you want to put your finger on the other side push that rod back a little bit because you want to put the back assembly in there. Okay, this is the rear assembly. This is the motor, just like the front motor. This is the rear rotor. Remember, the only difference is this post right here. Now be very careful in the back wall. There's several holes back there. There's a large hole and there's a small hole. Make sure you do not
move your power cord to the side. The white one that's hanging back there.
Make sure you do not put this post in that big hole back there in the back. It does not go in there. It goes in the small hole, or goes up against the small hole above it. That's where the rotor rod goes into. So what you want to do, this post right here goes into this slot right here, and you have to make sure this motor is surface right here is pointing down. It has to be level. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a dot, there's a gray dot right above that post. You should be able to see that gray dot.
Motor sideways. No, the other way. There you go.
You should be able to see that gray dot right in this slot above the post. That way you know that the motor is straight up, because it has to go straight up as it goes in there. So basically, slide the motor in that slot, get the back lined up, make sure that surface is flush, be able to see that gray dot. This lighting is kind of hard for me to see it. And you want to use your rod to find the hole. As soon as it goes in, it kind of self-aligns. Kind of wiggle the rotor around a little bit, and then move the rotor around a little bit until you find that back hole. Push it in, move your retainer up, tighten your screw. Make sure you plug in your wires for your motor and zip tie them back up where they were to keep them out of the way for any product being dropped out the bottom into your
put your fingertip on the zip tie hole. Can you find it?
Right here is a zip tie hole right here. You can look at all the other ones and see how they're zip tied. All these motors, all the connections, everything is the same. So it shouldn't be a problem as far as looking at one and comparing it to the one you're doing. Any questions? Nope. Thank you.